Hi, my name is Nick Bonfield from NB Estate Agents. Today I want to share with you my thoughts on the current market going forward with the lockdown situation currently in place, and it isn't as bad as you may think. The time of the lockdown is going to be crucial because we don't know how long this is going to go on. Generally speaking, we think based on the world situation that it won't go on for too long, being that we've been slightly ahead of the game in respect of this situation. Therefore, when we come out of the lockdown, most of us should return to businesses in the normal way, and in general terms, I feel that that will be a positive situation for everybody looking forward. Notoriously, the property market in spring and Easter is particularly busy, with a lot of our clients registering their properties on the market, whether they are selling or renting, as the clocks have changed and obviously we are in longer hours, and therefore this is quite frustrating for agents generally that we haven't seen this situation developing. And I think after the lockdown situation there will be pent-up demand for people to carry on with their lives, getting their properties ready, raring to go back onto the open market, whether that be selling or letting. And we are ready to help you through that process. Many people, maybe before the lockdown took place, were committed to moving anyway, whether they were selling their property or letting their property, or their circumstances have changed and they were moving out of the area. And this didn't allow them to do that. So now, with the lockdown over, they will now have the ability to move forward with their lives and get their properties on the market. And there is very much a pent-up situation where there is a lot of people on our mailing list, both through selling and letting, that are waiting for properties to come to the market. And there is a distinct lack of stock currently available. So those properties that are on the market have a distinct advantage, because basically they will be getting lots of hits through social media, posting, Rightmove, our own website, etc. And therefore, when we can do viewings, we've already got people lined up to have a look at these properties, which is obviously very positive. The change to lives is also something quite interesting, because what I feel is that this situation might push people into thinking differently about where they're going in their lives generally. And my view is that this will have a situation where people might want to move out of area, they may want to move closer to their relatives, and suddenly, with this unusual situation, which is unprecedented, I think that this might stimulate people to make decisions, change their jobs, as I said, move closer to relatives, or generally financially they may need to move because of the lockdown situation and their change in their livelihood. Another interesting one is the house has become too small. I mean, clearly we are all locked up in our own properties, and suddenly with family members, with children, and sometimes working from home, they've realised that really the house is too small. Whether that is again selling or renting, they need to move to a bigger property. On the flip side of that, there is also those people that maybe want to move down market through financial needs, or simply that they feel a change is needed and they want to take money out of their properties, because obviously it is held in their properties at the present time, and if they haven't got a large mortgage, they may want to actually consider moving out of their property, selling it and taking the equity for other things. Working from home is an interesting one, because I feel that people have been working from home, been forced to work from home, and now suddenly they've actually realised that actually working from home works. So from their point of view, going forward, they may want to change the whole emphasis on where they are presently with their offices and everything else, and consider actually working from home full time, which obviously saves on travel and everything else. Offices now can be easily, office meetings can be easily arranged over the internet, which people have now got used to with the likes of Zoom and Skype and everything else, FaceTime. So suddenly people have got used to that system and feel maybe I can work from home. So again, possibly they need a bigger space in order to achieve that. So again, going into the market to sell their own property, get a bigger property, or in tenants' case, find another bigger property outside of where they are at the present time. This one is a prickly subject, but obviously through this situation, relationships could fundamentally break down. And we see a lot of this in the industry generally. This might see a spike in properties coming to the market or people changing tenancy agreements as relationships unfortunately split up through this very difficult period of time. And the last one really is refinancing. They may want to stay, people may want to stay where they are and consider refinancing, remortgaging their properties. We have financial advisors available that can give you best advice on this, that can shop the whole of the market, which is very, very important. One thing I've realised out of all of this is that the video age of looking at properties is definitely going to change the way we look at property. And let's say that you're moving from out of area and you want to look at a property. The frustration you have is you've got to view it, you've got to travel 2 or 3 hours to look at it. And it could have been a wasted journey for just one property. So my view is that I think now people will, agents will generally do a lot more videos of properties and able to put them on Rightmove and other websites. And we have already started doing this process and it's seeming to be quite successful. In fact, we've even been able to let a property from this process within this lockdown situation. It'll also mean, you know, less wasted viewings in that respect. So I think that is actually, you know, good news in a way, because it's focused my mind as a main agent in the market to change the way we develop property and presentation on that basis, so that we can actually give them a virtual viewing of their property throughout, both on the property market and the tenancy market, which I think is going to be positive. And, you know, from a blueprint point of view of travelling, has got to be fundamentally good. So if you are thinking of any of these processes, selling, letting, when we come out of lockdown or even before, then please contact my office to give you best advice. We're available remotely at the present time on 01509 323232, or you can email us sales@nbestateagents.com or lettings@nbestateagents.com. And whatever it is, we're here to help with the property market, and thank you very much.